and welcome to the Want to Great podcast. We're your hosts, Aaron and Marcelo, co-founders of Want to Great. And today's we're going to take a unique approach in looking at questions from people like yourselves that have been posted on Reddit, specifically the Zapier and Make subreddits. We have 5 different posts that have been posted over the last couple weeks that we have responded to, and we wanted to share some of our responses and thoughts from questions like yourself.
Let's do it.
Wonderful. Question number 1 from the Zapier subreddit, posted 8 days ago. Topic is works, then doesn't, then works again, then doesn't. I have never used a more unreliable system integration. Scares the socks off of me to use it in production eventually.
I mean, yeah, definitely. When I was first starting off with Zapier, I would think it was flaky.
I mean, I think just the emotional reaction toward feeling enabled using a low-code or a no-code tool to create an automation, it's very exciting. It's like, oh my gosh, I can build something. I don't have a computer science degree, but Zapier's made it simple enough for me to build it. However, I think all of us have been in the boat where it looks simple, the UI is clean, intuitive, and then you run your first test and then you get an error. And then you spend a couple minutes researching, what does this error mean? And then you fix it, and then you get it to go, and then you launch it, and then you get another error. So I think this sentiment resonates with me personally in my experience of using no-code tools. The next one, Marcelo, do you want to read this one?
What is the best way to manage clients in Make.com? Oh, interesting. Hi, all. I'm trying to figure it out. What is the best way to manage automations on behalf of clients? Can I create a folder for each? We had the same question when we were starting out our business. Can we create a folder for each client within my own account and manage everything there? Or must each client set up their own account and plan and then add me to their organization? Are both options viable? Is there a correct way? This is a great question, and it's a question we had, when we're starting out. Both are viable options. For a number of reasons, you can choose one or the other.
And it's really up to the customer's preference. If they feel confident in Make, formerly integromat, and owning that and paying the subscription fee to Make, and they're willing to take that on, we are happy to build into their Make account. And we actually do have a customer that prefers to have control and ownership of that. And I will say Make made it pretty intuitive. So we were added to their Make account, and we have full access to the same capabilities that we have within our system as well to build. Moving on to the next one. This is in the Zapier subreddit, posted by JZap456. How do you know what to automate? Hi, I know it sounds silly, but I'm in charge on operations and automation in a company with 50 employees. I know we have a lot to automate, but it will take me months to understand and map everything out. Not to mention, I might, of course, miss a few things or make errors along the way. Do I have an alternative option? I think what this question is being able to properly prioritize what you're going to automate, right? If you're new in a role and your company has Make or Zapier, and you're saying, hey, here's 100 things that I want you to automate. We've been in that scenario with most of our customers, which is there's these really big ideas. My recommendation is to start with a process map, right? To start with and to start organizing what are the tools you're looking to connect. But more importantly, what are the automations that are going to create the highest amount of time and cost savings in the lowest amount of build effort? You want to build momentum. And so starting small and finding just one that is pretty straightforward to build, but is going to save the most amount of time, that's where you start. And as soon as you start building that and you start communicating that with your other business stakeholders, you're going to realize you're going to be able to categorize and group them. So the way that we operate is based on phases with the customer. And each phase usually encompasses around 4 to 5, we call them integrations or scenarios that allows us to deliver a particular outcome. And an outcome is a business objective. So it's either
Mhm.
X amount of hours saved, like transparency into a business process or data in order for an executive to make more
Mhm.
informed financial decisions. What is that final outcome? Who is it for? And once you have those listed down, that's when you can start to prioritize and know what to
Okay.
automate.
Yeah, I like that answer. I like that answer. I was gonna just say, put it in a backlog. I come from a Scrum background, and then prioritize based on business value. But if you're just starting out and you're doing it yourself, I like that you said, prioritize some that you can do. Especially like when you're starting out, like you don't want to boil the ocean, as they say. You want to take baby steps until you feel more confident, and start to understand how to build them.
At One Great, we have a design phase that happens very early on, and we use Miro. We've created a reusable template for every new customer that comes on board, where we actually map these things out. I'm going to post a link down below, and if this is on YouTube, you can check it out. And it's a video that I created with a link to our discovery template that includes a full
Yeah,
breakdown, a 5-step process to define who your stakeholders are and their challenges,
yeah,
what tools are used, a current state, future state, and then the final very brief summary of the integration points between the tools. If you can do that, you're welcome to use this template that we created. If you can do that, you're going to start seeing which
yeah.
ones surface to the top and which ones you're able to have to solve the most amount of challenges for the most amount of stake. Moving on to the next post. Marcella, do you want to read this one?
Automating personalized ebook creation using Zapier and Typeform. Hmm. So he wants he wants to write an ebook through Zapier. Okay. I'm currently working on a project to automate the creation of personalized ebooks focused on travel. The aim is to allow users to fill out an online form and receive a personalized ebook containing travel tips tailored to their preferences and favorite destinations. Very cool. You could probably do this very effectively with ChatGPT these days. My main challenge lies in creating personalized covers and allowing customers to preview their ebook before purchase. In the form, users will be prompted to choose their destination city, for example, Paris, an image of the Eiffel Tower in a single color, and then generate on the final cover. Also in the form, users will be asked to enter their first name, which will be included in the final cover. ChatGPT has the image stuff now too, text to image. It's not perfect, but it is pretty good, as long as there's no words in it. At the end of the process, the 5 ebook cover options will be offered, and 5 colors of the Eiffel Tower as well. For example, light orange in the ebook. Okay. Once the order is placed, the personalized ebook will be sent via email within 24 hours. I'm planning to use Typeform and Zapier to automate the process. Okay. But I'm still facing challenges creating the PDF. I'm seeking advice and technical suggestions to efficiently implement the project. Okay.
I would like to go through what I wrote back to this one.
Yeah, you've done
Um,
quite a bit with ChatGPT, and like you created one for automated newsletter for one of our customers.
mhm.
This is probably right up your alley.
Yeah, so the real question here is you didn't really mention ChatGPT or OpenAI at all,
Hmm.
but I think the underlying, I think you want to do that in order to create like an automated way to do this. Maybe he's going to do that part manually or not. But when I looked at it, the main question was how do I create a PDF, right?
Okay.
So in the solution that I have is you can use a trigger for a new type form response whenever, and the action would be create a Google Drive folder um, duplicate the duplicated Google Docs from a template. So if you have a template already built, and then you can merge fields in from the Typeform response into that Google Docs. It's
Mhm.
pretty intuitive. We did this recently for a local San Diego nonprofit called the Animal Pad
The
in
puppy
their puppy
parties.
party planning, yeah, puppy party planning thing. And we did not only duplicate Google Docs, but also Google Forms and Google Sheets and a Google Drive.
Yeah.
So it's pretty powerful.
There's a
Once you have the
lot
image,
that thing's doing too.
yep.
Yeah.
Once you have the image designs in the Google Docs, you can share a view only via email. So that information is populated in. At this point, you wanted to send it back to the customer to get their input on which of the 5 covers that they want. And then from the Google Docs, you can actually create a PDF. So you can just download to PDF and email the final version over. So there are a few manual steps in here. I'm sure there's a way
Mhm.
to automate like the create a PDF from a Google Docs. But if you're looking to automate the majority of the process, you can get that customer's
Mhm.
Typeform responses plugged into a Google Docs and shared as a view only fairly easily. Bonus, obviously, we have to touch on using OpenAI's assistant to create location specific travel guide content. And so, OpenAI's assistant is more of it's not just using the full ChatGPT source from everything. You can actually train an OpenAI assistant to deliver specific results, and you can train it to give it to you in a specific format. Tell it exactly what you want, and based on the AI the response, you can then merge that directly into the Google Docs as well. So you can start to see how this very automated ebook creation can be incredibly automated from a very simple trigger, which is submit a type form response. Last one. Marcelo, you want to read this?
How to, how to learn all the apps in Zapier. Hmm. I'm doing automations for clients, and a worry that I have is what if a client is using an app I'm not familiar with? How can you be familiar with the apps considering there are thousands of apps integrated in Zapier? So we're integrating apps for customers, and every customer comes to us with a different set of apps they're using. And that's the fun part of the business too. It's like we investigate a lot, we research a lot, we get to play with these apps. We use test accounts. We use our customers' accounts, so like we'll ask them to add us as a user. And we're reading a lot of documentation and figuring things out, trial and error. Um, we're what, 4 months into our business. I think we've seen 30 apps so far. Um, I mean, there's just a lot of learning. You get better. You get better at, figuring these apps out. There's a pattern that starts to come out. Do they have APIs? Is the documentation any good? Can I play with it and figure it out? Can I reverse engineer it? Can I go to dev tools in the browser and see their app making the calls? There's a lot of ways to learn an app, and
Mm-hmm.
it's kind of an art form. I wish there was like, here's exactly how you do it, but you just got to do it, and you will get better at it. So, and that's just
Yep.
part of the business.
Yep. Hey, those are our reactions to 5 Zapier and
That was
Make
fun.
posts. Yeah, we picked doing this because we knew that a lot of our customers and people that we've talked to the last few months as we've started and have grown one to great, all knew of Zapier, and they've all usually interacted with it to some capacity. They've found value in using it, but they just haven't reached the full potential of it. And there's just been a lot of other challenges along the way. So we really enjoy using tools like Zapier and Make. We're getting more into Airtable automations as well. So it's been a really fun journey so far. If you haven't noticed, we have some One to
Where's
Great
mine?
hoodies. Um, so yeah, business is going good. We are staying incredibly busy. And until next time, mate, everything.
Go
Bye,
on a
everyone.
great.
Go on a great.